What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I wanted to talk about Bronny James. Because ESPN just updated their class of 2023 rankings, and I think that Bronny's new ranking will shock a lot of you guys, and to be honest, I think that it will kind of make a lot of you guys mad. I don't think a lot of people will be too excited with where he's ranked, and so wanted to make a video just talking about Bronny, his ranking, and kind of, where he sits now, heading into his junior year of high school, and, what's the outlook looking like, for Bronny, as he gets ready, in a couple of years here to either head to college or try and make the jump, to the professional ranks. And so kind of want to talk about that in today's video. And with that being said, let's get into it. So what is Bronny's new ranking? In the past, Bronny has kind of been ranked in that 30-ish range according to ESPN. I believe when the rankings first came out when he was a freshman, his ranking was like in the low 20s because the freshman rankings I believe only go up to 25 for ESPN when they first come out. And I know Bronny made that list. I want to say he was around 23, somewhere in there. And over the course of now his freshman, sophomore, and now kind of sophomore summer or heading into his junior year, he's slipped down those rankings just a little bit into the 30s, and now we've seen the first major, I guess you could say, slip in Bronny's rankings according to ESPN. He has fallen all the way down to number 50 in their rankings, which is really shocking to see. He fell, like I said, about 20 spots in their rankings. Now, other websites like 24/7 and Rivals, I'm not sure when the last time they updated their rankings were, but they still have him in that 27, I believe 24/7 has him ranked, and then I think Rivals has him at like 33 or 34. So he's kind of in that 30-ish range for those rankings, but according to ESPN, he's fallen all the way to 50, and like I said, that's pretty shocking to me, and it's not a good look obviously for Bronny to be falling down these rankings. Not something you want to be seeing out of him, and I guess the question is, can he climb up the rankings? Is his game going to evolve and mature enough, I guess, to get him back into at least the top 25, where he'd have a chance his senior year to be a McDonald's All-American, Jordan Brand game, those type of events. So what is the state of Bronny's game, and what is making him fall so dramatically in the rankings? Because 20 spots is, a huge, fall for, any prospect. I mean, that's huge to go down 20 spots, but it's, another thing for someone like Bronny who, we have so much expectations on, maybe almost unfairly, but he's got these expectations, and he's someone who we have seen, kind of grow up through the years. I believe like his first kind of like viral video on YouTube, I think he was like in 5th grade. And so we've seen him grow from, the time he was in 5th grade to now heading into, his junior year. And that's one thing this summer that, surprised me in a good way with Bronny, is I thought he looked, more mature. His body was, more developed. His athleticism was really starting to like kick in. And I thought he was, moving really well athletically, especially for someone who was coming off a torn meniscus, which I think is kind of the reason why he's kind of fallen, or has fallen, kind of in the rankings here, is that he had that meniscus tear. He basically missed, his whole high school basketball season, whatever California had, and then he got a late start on the AAU season. And so obviously, anytime you're coming back from, any type of, injury, especially something dealing with the knee, it's going to take some time to get used to. But like I said, that's something that I didn't really notice with his game this summer, is that bothering him. He seemed more athletic. He seemed more, athletic. He didn't seem like that hindered him at all. But like I said, just kind of missing all that time, I think that's kind of factoring into his ranking and kind of, the fall in his ranking, I guess you could say. And so, like I said, physically, he looks good. He looks all right. It doesn't look like that knee was really bothering him, too much. And I can't imagine, other than the little bit of missed time, that really affecting his ranking that much. Like I said, he looks good physically. So that leads to his basketball game and his game, in general, and how he plays. And I think the big thing that is really hurting Bronny right now is it seems like he has a lack of aggression. He is the type of player, it seems like, just based, like I said, on watching YouTube clips, watching, a few full games on ESPN, that he's the type of player who is just looking to make the right play. He doesn't really care about, getting assists, isolating, creating for himself. He just wants to be someone who, can swing the ball, get the ball to the open guy, swing it against the defense, whatever, kick it ahead in transition. He just wants to make the right basketball play. And that's, a lot like his dad. The difference, between obviously his dad and him is that LeBron himself is much more ball dominant, and it doesn't seem like, Bronny has that characteristic or has the want to really be a ball dominant type player. And, I think everyone would love to play with a player like Bronny who, like I said, is looking to make the right play, looking to make the right pass all the time. But when it comes to rankings and showing and developing your game and reaching your full potential, I think we got to start seeing more out of him and start seeing him, looking for his own shot. To me, it kind of reminds me a lot of someone like Lonzo Ball, who has at times, we see the aggression from him. We see him kind of looking for his own shot and looking to score the ball and be aggressive and make plays in that way. And we see that in flashes, but it's not there all the time. And I think that's kind of the same thing with Bronny. He's another player who, just like I said, wants to make the right play, and that doesn't necessarily lead well to, putting up, the greatest statistical games or really rising up the rankings in general. So what can Bronny do to start rising in the rankings again? Well, I think the big thing for him is just flipping a switch mentally and becoming more aggressive and start looking for his own. I think this year with Sierra Canyon is going to be huge for him. He's going to have to, take a step forward, be one of their go-to scorers, I think, and be someone who is just aggressive and looking to actually play like a top 25 type player in his class. Someone who can lead a team. I know he's got, Amari Bailey there with him, and I'm sure Sierra Canyon has, other top guys. But I think he's got to establish himself as someone who can be, that go-to type guy. And, if Amari's having a bad day, they can run the offense through Bronny. And I think he has the skill set to do it. He can shoot the ball. He's athletic. He can, run an offense. We've seen that. But like I said, I think it's just a flip of the switch mentally and becoming more aggressive and really asserting himself as, a top 25 type guy, because I think he definitely has that type of talent. But those are my thoughts on Bronny. Let me know what you think of his ranking. Let me know what you think of his game. And, is he rated properly? Is he underrated? Is overrated? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys later.